Cumbre Vieja. The ridge of the Cumbre Vieja trends in an approximate north-south direction and covers the southern two-thirds of the island. Several volcanic craters are located on the summit ridge and flanks. La Palma is a volcanic ocean island located on the African plate and is currently, along with Tenerife, one of the most volcanically active of the Canary Islands. Since about 125,000 years ago, all sub-aerial eruptive activity on La Palma has been associated with the Cumbre Vieja, with eruptions ranging over the whole approximately 25 kilometers long ridge. Submarine surveys show that the Cumbre Vieja continues south of Punta de Fuencaliente, but no volcanic activity connected with the submarine extension has yet been observed or recorded. Historical eruptions on the Cumbre Vieja occurred in 1470, 1585, 1646, 1677, 1712, 1949, 1971, and 2021. Detailed geological mapping shows that the distribution and orientation of vents and feeder dikes within the volcano have shifted from a triple rift system to one consisting of a single north-south rift. It is hypothesized that this structural reorganization is in response to evolving stress patterns associated with the development of a possible detachment fault under the volcano's west flank. Seabird showed that such failures are due to the intrusion of parallel and subparallel dikes into a rift. This causes the flanks to become oversteep, and this inevitably causes the structure of the volcano to become unstable and catastrophic failure may occur. There is no evidence that the 1949 section of the rift extends in a north-south direction beyond its surface expression, nor that there is a developing detachment plane. Research is ongoing. The onset of the eruption was witnessed by a shepherd who was tending his flock of sheep on the flank of the Numbrook. He was startled to hear noises emanating from the Duraznero vent and became extremely alarmed when material started being expelled from the vent. In a state of panic, he fled the area and sought refuge as far from the vent as he could. The only contemporaneous account of the eruption was published in 1950 by one of the scientists, Juan Bonelli Rubio, who witnessed the eruption firsthand and recorded details of the various phenomena that occurred during the eruption. All other published accounts are based upon Bonelli Rubio's observations. The next report regarding the eruption was a joint publication by Ortiz and Bonelli Rubio published in 1951. This drew heavily on Bonelli Rubio's observations and also analysis of various phenomena associated with the eruption. Both accounts are published in Spanish. The eruption started on the 24th of June 1949, the feast day of Saint John, which is why in Spanish texts the eruption is referred to as La Erupción del Numbroco San Juan, which in English is the eruption of the Numbroco or St. John's volcano. During the 1949 eruption, eruptive activity was located at three vents: Duraznero, Llano del Banco, and Hoyo Negro. Mild strombolian activity occurred at the Duraznero vent. Lava was erupted from the Llano del Banco vents, whilst only mild phreatomagmatic emissions occurred at the Hoyo Negro vent. Then on the 30th of July, the last day of eruptive activity, lava was erupted at the Duraznero fissure and vent. During the eruption on 1 and the 2nd of July, two strong earthquakes with an estimated intensity of 8 on the modified Mercalli scale also occurred. The epicenter was calculated to be near JD. Following the earthquakes, a fracture was noted and it had a length of approximately 1.5 kilometers. It was traceable to the Hoyo Negro and Duraznero vents, making a total length of about 2.5 kilometers or about 1/10 of the exposed length of the Cumbre Vieja, and parts of the western half of the Cumbre Vieja ridge had apparently moved about 1 meter sideways and 2 meters downwards towards the Atlantic Ocean. It was only in the vicinity of the Duraznero and Hoyo Negro vents that the vertical displacement attained about 4 meters. As of 2009, the fracture is still visible and still has the same dimensions recorded in 1949. The timeline for the eruption, according to Bonelli Rubio, is as follows. The first reported seismic activity was noted on the southern rim of the caldera de Taburiente on The 23rd of July 1936 at about 23:30 long, which extended in a northerly direction from the Hoyo Negro, forming a series of an echelon with emissions of rocks, fumes and some phreatomagmatic activity indicating that the eruption had encountered ground waters. Activity at the Hoyo Negro ceased on the 22nd of July, but continued at the Llano del Banco vents until the 26th of July. Only residual fumarolic activity and thermal emissions then occurred until the 30th of July when the Duraznero vent and fissure reactivated. Lava then flowed from the Duraznero vent and fissure, filling the adjacent crater of El Fraile and created a lava lake. This subsequently overflowed and the lava flowed down the eastern flank towards the ocean. It finally stopped.